I have vitiligo. The bullying started when I moved here. It came to a point where I was like, I don't want to live. But now, sorry.
She'd never been painted before. Having the actual sitter right in front of me is where the nerves are coming from.
You know, even going through this with you, I'm just so touched that I can be me.
Throwing up this morning, I was nervous.
Oh my God, that's amazing. My vitiligo started when I was 9. I have it on my hands, my feet, my knees, my face. I think the reason why it sporadically spread at that point and became a lot more than what it was is because I think I went through a lot of stress as a child, obviously leaving Pakistan. I was quite confused with my sexuality at that point. Being so different, trying to fit in with the Pakistani community was impossible. At face value, I looked like a happy person, but inside, behind closed doors, I was crying every night, trying to think why I don't look like my best friend, why I don't look like that person, why can't I just be me?
Having the actual sitter right in front of me is where the nerves are coming from. So there's a little bit more pressure in that sense. There's always that thought in the back of my mind, will they like it?
This is quite a significant, monumental thing I'm doing for my self-esteem. Hey there! Hi, I'm Anam. Nice to meet you. It's probably the biggest thing I've done to get my story across. It's probably the biggest thing I've done to be so vulnerable.
How did your vitiligo develop?
My vitiligo developed quite slowly in the beginning. And around the age of 9, it started growing more so around my face. It was really confusing and it was very lonely because there was no other person who understood what I was going through. And it really got to me like, oh my God, this is a real thing that people go through and you will always stand out and people will always look at you and have a second take.
So what was your childhood like growing up?
The bullying started when I moved here because the vitiligo got worse. I didn't have a lot of girls who were my friends because they didn't like it. And the boys, they wouldn't even give me a second look unless it's to make fun of me. School was hard. My relationship at home, I think it's taken the frustrations out of being bullied all day. You want to scream, you want to shout. And bless my family, they dealt with me crying and having these little like anxiety moments where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to, like, it came to a point where I was like, I don't want to live. And I didn't see a point. But now, sorry. Bear with me. I didn't think I would even exist. And I think I'm just, you know, even going through this with you, I'm just so touched that I can be me. And people actually notice that. And I stand out more because of it. And I'm grateful for the journey. I think I went through some of the worst times in my life, but you know, comparatively, other people have gone through even worse. But it led me to finally accept that this is me, so it was all worth it. All the bullying, all the depression, all the anxiety, it was all worth it to be now classed as normal.
So when did you start loving the skin and kind of really embracing it?
I realized one of my biggest fears in life is loneliness, because I didn't want to be lonely anymore. My whole perspective changed. I realized I'm happy with this. I'm happy to stand out. Some people aren't born to fit in. They're meant to be noticed. And if the vitiligo gives me that, then I'm happy with it.
You know, when you're talking about the early stuff, you can see how much it affected you, but now it comes out of you that you're in a better place and you're happy now. So it makes more pressure on this to do you justice. Like, you know, if we do the unveiling and I just see your face drop, then this whole thing's cancelled and, you know. I'm
sure it'll be perfect.
I didn't actually expect to get that emotionally sucked into it. You know, all this she's been through. So yeah, there's a bit of pressure for timing and for her to like it, you know.
I'm kind of glad I was emotional because it just makes me realize that, you know what, I'm come so far from that person, but that person still lives inside me and that person now gets to live their best life. I think the big reveal is going to be intense. I'm scared I'm going to get emotional again, you know.
This has been a very big challenge, a lot more than I thought. I'm still nervous because I'm not used to someone seeing their own portrait whilst I'm there, you know.
A long time coming and I'm ready for the big reveal. Hey, how are you? I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Nervous?
Yes, yes, but in a good way. It's always scary to look at yourself through someone else's eyes. It's just like those nerves you get right before you're going to do something really big and meaningful in your lives.
Here we are.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. I just love how you've done the vitiligo. Like, it doesn't look like it's not meant to be. That it looks like it's like, I just love it.
I wanted to kind of imply it's there and not shy away from it, but not focus, like that's not what all you're about, you know?
Like normally if I saw this back 5 years ago, not gonna lie, love your work, but I would have cried because it shows my vitiligo.
Yeah.
So I would have broken down crying in tears, like why is it not perfect? Now I look at it for who I am and accepting me and you accepting me and showing that on paper. I'm in love with it. This is me. Thank you so much.
Bring
honestly.
it in. Bring it in.
You honestly, you
Such
don't
a
understand,
relief.
it means the world.
I'm
It honestly
glad you
means so much. Thank you.
Focusing on something that she's hidden for so long and she's almost been ashamed of, to have this massive portrait, focusing on that, you know, right in front of her, and her to have that reaction was really beautiful.
You know, with the vitiligo, it's constantly changing. I might not look like that in 10 years, so I think it's a huge milestone and it's like a trophy of this is who I am, I finally get to win. There's my prize, is being the person who I am now.